Welcome back to Rugby Connection podcast. It's going to be a strange episode. We're not going to lie to you. Nothing has happened to entertain you.
We have the first time we've ever been in this situation.
Oh, I'm clutching at straws. I'm scouring the web for rugby news. There's nothing.
I found NPC fixtures and an international fixture.
I have two internationals. I have two international fixtures, 3 or 4 NPC games, one massive news. Other news that I'll read it and nobody will care. So let's go for it. So we're going to start with the results. We're going to start with the NPC because Hawke's Bay 43, Manawatu 17. Now, before we actually get into the games, the amount of All Blacks sprinkled out in the NPC this weekend was unreal. Just Tuvasa Sheck made his debut for Auckland. Dalton Papali'i was down at Counties. What's it called?
Manawatu. No. Counties. I have it here. Manukau. Yeah, there we go. Oh, my brain slipped. We're recording this at 10:30 p.m.
We are, yes, we're proper dedicated. Josh Ioane, I know he's not an All Black, but he's a top talent. Josh Ioane was playing.
Oh, he's a very good player, incredible player.
Savia was playing for Wellington. Nahi Milner-Skudder made his debut for Wellington.
I thought he was in France.
No, he's in New York.
Oh, he is, isn't he? So, with a holo.
Yeah, so you get MLR. And then NPC, and then you get nothing for 3 months.
I remember. I'll tell you this story because we've got time this episode. Well, so obviously, our good friend Sean, he was out in New York doing his bit, working for Rugby Pass, and is it Naholo's first game for New York? And he sat and they asked, and basically he's just looking through Naholo's highlights and he's thinking, I should probably make a video on this. Looked through his first game and he's just like, he's done nothing. Is he washed?
Oh yeah, it was absolutely horrific. Yeah, it was dreadful. But I mean, I don't even know where to start with the NBC this week. There was some good games. Hawke's Bay putting 40 on Manawatu. That was a very entertaining game, actually. Shout out to the Manawatu hooker who got an intercept try and ran it in from 75 metres. Go on, big man. We'll love it.
That's probably the only highlight this season. I think it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah. I mean, you said it last week. They used to have Aaron Smith and there's so many others. And
Ngani Lamapa, yeah.
He might come back. He's up in Wimbledon now.
It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Bay of Plenty. Nice little touch there, because that's a little tease for our next guest coming out this weekend. He did play. He won the NBC with them, I think. But yeah, 21-17 against Auckland at Eden Park. Because when rugby in Auckland, you just go to Eden Park. Makes sense.
Of course.
Jamie Dobie played. The young Glasgow Warrior scrum half is on loan at Bay of Plenty.
To be honest, I don't see why not. I mean, he's getting the rugby over the summer.
Exactly.
At a pretty good level.
Solid level, yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm not against it. And he managed to get a charge down and it set up perfectly. He just offloaded and got the try. So, happy days. And he's only going to improve as a player from that.
Of course.
And then we did have
it just comes to the experience of playing. That's probably the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, he started as well.
Get the minutes in. I'm not saying he'll get the minutes in at Glasgow, but
that's a big pet peeve I have with Glasgow Warriors, amongst others, because I'm an Edinburgh fan. But I don't see why you need all 3 international scrum halves. What's the point?
No,
Who's getting game time then?
No one.
Exactly. Well, Ali Price is, but it's Ali Price.
Because he's Ali Price, of course.
But you've got George Horn that sits on the bench, and you've got Jamie Dobie, who now has been kicked out to New Zealand.
George Horn's on the bench.
If lucky.
Huh.
I don't care because we've got Ben Velcott and Henry Pyrgos.
What guy?
We did have a rivalry in the NPC this week. Southland and Otago.
37-32.
Love it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm a bit of a fan of Otago. I don't know why. It might be because I am more of a Highlanders man when it comes to Super Rugby.
Maybe, could be.
But I am a big fan. And you've got two well, one's a two former Highlanders fly halves going at each other with Joshuani and Marty Banks.
Yes, you have.
So, that's a half decent lineup when you've got them two in.
It's just been so bizarre. I've not been fortunate enough to watch every game this weekend, but I've read the team sheets and there's just here's an All Black, there's an All Black, there's three. Take your pick. And I'm like, that's weird. I don't know why that's weird to me. It should happen. I like your idea.
I've said my piece in the NPC. It's a class league. Let's just move on.
It is a class league, and it's now our little niche group to talk about. So there you go. But it's too close to call. I mean, North Harbour beat Tasman as well on the weekend. That was actually a really good game. I really enjoyed that. Two crossfield kicks in the game, one for each. Severis was at fullback for Tasman. Scored 2 tries.
He's a good player. He's an amazing.
Yes, and for those that comment, we're just on about on field. I don't care about antics off field. They don't get mentioned. It always gets mentioned. Every time I mention Severis, people are like, "Oh, but he's done this." Shut up. Simple. And we have got some international rugby this week. Finally,
I've got one of those fixtures. Chile, Brazil.
I had 0 of them. Cool. Crack on.
Yeah, it was 28-9 to Chile. If anything, they should win. I mean, Chile have done insane. Let's put it this way: Chile's year has been probably their best in rugby ever.
Well, as far as we can tell, yeah, probably, yeah.
As far as we can, well, you know what? We probably never heard of Chile playing rugby until a couple of years ago, so we'll give them that.
Exactly, yeah.
So it shows they're doing something right. I've got nothing on the game, to be honest. Brazil, it was based, there was 1 point in it at the half, and then Chile kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, I like how Chile played. I know it sounds stupid. I've only seen them play 2 games.
I saw them play the game against Canada, and that was good. They played very, very well.
I forgot the Canada. 3 games then. 3 whole games I've seen Chile play. There you go.
Go on, what's your internationals?
Oh, well, my internationals. I'm not going to go into too much depth because I don't want to tread on the toes of Jemma and Anja. They'll talk about it in more depth. But Japan versus Ireland, 57-22 to Ireland in Tokyo. Lovely stuff. Highly entertaining. Japan scored 2 tries in 5 minutes. The opening 5 minutes.
But then Ireland just went on one.
Ireland just went home my beer, sort of thing, and proper went for it, and it was good. And what was more entertaining, in my opinion, because I thought it was going to be a lot tighter, but again, one team just said, "Nah, not today." The Black Ferns against the Wallaroos, 52 points to 5.
Woo!
Oh my God, unreal! And I cannot pronounce the Black Ferns winger's name for the life of me, but her try, it was well worked. It was quick hands, and then she just like, I'm putting the foot down. Afterburners on the outside. Thing of beauty.
I'm just looking at it now. There's 3 eyes. I don't want to flush over this too much. There's 3 I's like right next to each other.
Course, yes.
Letty Aiga. Letty Aiga?
I'm gonna check. But yeah, I know who you're on about. Yeah,
See this?
I'll have a look. I'll help you out, Harv. Don't worry.
The rest of the names are pretty easy. At least in my opinion.
Go on then. Say them. I want to hear you. Aha.
What, all of the
It
names.
actually comes up her name.
Letty Aiga? Aiga?
Aiga. It's
Aiga.
like Ma'a. Like Ma'a.
Letty Aiga.
Aisha Letty Aiga, yeah. What a player.
What a player.
And if you're listening, join us on the final whistle.
There we go.
There you go. Why not? I mean, if that's how it works. Cool. Fair enough.
I mean, is that all you've got for rugby this weekend? I mean,
result-wise, yes.
I'll make a quick mention to the Super Sevens, the France Sevens tournament that goes on every year, pre-season. Again, couldn't watch it because again I'm in the UK and you barely get any of that.
We're not on these things over here.
But Monaco won it over Pau. Third place went to Stade Francais over the French Barbarians. I'm just having a look now. There are some crunchy teams in here.
Oh, yeah. Actually, funny you mentioned Pau, because I did a video on them for their jersey for that tournament.
I like the jerseys. I'm sorry, I'll say that now. I love them. The Racing one is always like a top contender. I don't know why they don't use it for 15s.
You'd have to take that with Finn Russell and everyone. I don't know.
I'll say this quickly now though. I think Club Sevens needs to be a thing, and I know the Prem used to have one, but it was like I think about 200 people went.
Yeah, it's tricky because. So wait, would you have like your sevens players, like who's on like the national circuit, to play sevens club?
I'd say so, yeah. I'm not
against that. It does make sense. I'm just questioning it.
I don't see a reason why. I mean, Quint had a fair few in the England Seven circuit for a bit. Yeah. So I honestly don't see why. You know, make a cool jersey, make a whole day out of it, and then just really push it. I think the RFU would do well doing that, but they don't do well doing a lot of things. So I'm probably gonna say this, and then they're gonna do nothing.
I mean, we had a big old rant about the RFU last week for not helping out.
I could rant. Well, we can make 3 podcast episodes about me ranting like the RFU. Comment
down below if you want just an episode of Harv just ranting about the RFU.
I've had enough ranting for today.
Fixtures next week are a bit tastier.
I haven't even started on the RFU today.
I'm going to dabble into next week, and then we're going to go into the proper just tight grip stuff because there's nothing on. So we're proper stretching this out for your entertainment value this week. So next week we have got the NPC. Woohoo! Hooray! Hallelujah! We have international tests again with Japan and Ireland going at it once again. We've got the Wallaroos and the Black Ferns yet again. Rugby Championships back this week and next week. That's kind of a reason why we're at a dud this week. I forgot there was a break. Silly me.
The LA Sevens, the conclusion of the Sevens circuit. I'm quite sad.
I wasn't finished. I don't get why it's the conclusion. It's a new season. It makes no sense.
No, the new season starts in October in Cape Town. Does it not?
No, I don't know. Every other tournament starts in September. So why not? Surely, no, this is just my idea. Surely you would have had the 7th season finish at the games, at the Commonwealth Games. Start off in LA as round 1 for the next World Series. Then you've got the World Cup. And then you've got... Oh, no. Anyway, yeah. LA 7, we have
I don't know.
We've got 2 guests out in LA. We've
Hmm?
got Robbie Ferguson from Scotland Sevens,
Yes.
who's also vice captain for the tournament. There you
Yeah.
go. And the interview will be out this week. But we had All Blacks Sevens legend Scott Curry.
Hey.
Hey, great guy, great bloke. Did not realise he grew up in the same town as Sam Cane. That was pretty cool to find out. Yeah, and I'm at a game this weekend too, Harv.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because we have 2 World Cups coming up. We have the Sevens, and then we have the Women's within the space of a month of each other. So all the 15 sides are now getting the World Cup warm-ups. And Scotland, they're playing at the Dam. They're playing against USA. And I think it's the first time in about 20 years since we played the Eagles, which is going to be beautiful.
Be very interesting, I reckon.
It's going to be. We've got very... I'm just going to be like, I want a media pass for it. We've got so many friends of the show playing. Some that haven't even been interviewed, but we get on well with. And yeah, we've got a nice little crossover. You've got Ronald Lloyd, you've got Jade Conkle, you've got, on the other side for the Eagles, you've got Kate Zachary and you've got Megan Foster. So,
Vibes.
yeah, vibes. And the Sunday, it's a busy weekend for me. So me and Rach are going to the Scotland Eagles game.
Yes.
And on the Sunday, me, Rach, and we'll take the little one, we'll take Carter this time. It's Edinburgh Rugby's open training session.
Way.
So meet all the boys there. Meet the boys, meet Jamie Hodgson, another friend of the show, and we'll meet our best kept secret, Wes Husson, who I'll finally get to see.
Woo.
Woo! And I feel like they're going to unveil the new kit.
I'd be excited because I'm quite a fan of the new Edinburgh kits, or at least the ones they've done in the last few years.
The orange and navy, yeah.
Orange and navy, I like it. Well, I got the T-shirt when we went to Murrayfield.
Yes, you have, yes. Because you refused to buy a Scotland top.
Well, I of course I refused to get the Scotland top, but you got one for me anyway. You silly knob. So anyway, should we get on to some more thoughtful stuff?
Rugby news. We're going to fire through it because I'm going to just dwell on one. And I've read it and went, okay, next. Glasgow Warriors have confirmed that Hugh Jones and Ollie Smith could miss the start of the URC through injury. Okay.
Cool.
Big one that everyone's talking about this week. Worcester Warriors. My. Hey, the Bills. Bloody hell.
No, listen. I said I'm not going to rant about the RFU.
It's not even the RFU this time. That's a step higher, this one.
I always want to blame it on the RFU. No, listen, I think, obviously, for people who don't know, Worcester Warriors are heading towards administration amidst having not paid players on time, and basically they're in big money trouble. And we're not talking Saracens; it's the complete opposite. They haven't got enough. It's sad.
Saracens got in trouble for paying too much. Worcester's not paid enough.
So you can feel sorry for them, unlike Saracens. Anyway, it's just sad, isn't it? I think, you know, and this is what I was saying, right? And we were talking about the DMP Sharks last week who didn't have enough money, and I'm just saying this is the top level of English rugby. There's financial backing. There's financial backing from the RFU, and surely even an established club like Worcester should have a certain amount of bank, right? And I get that Worcester, you know, and I think I saw a stat last year where I think they only got one televised game last year.
Worcester. I'm sure I've seen more than. I'm convinced I've seen more than one Worcester.
It could have been like, I think the opening like 10 rounds, maybe one game was televised.
Probably.
Something along those lines. But then again, right, it just shows where BT are laying their money. And or ITV actually in that case.
Yeah.
It's sad, right? And you never really want to see a club go down this route.
No. No, you can always have your favourites and the clubs you don't like and your reasons why, but you don't want anyone to go down the pan.
No, of course not. And we've built Premiership rugby to this stage now where it's one of, if not one of the, it's one of the biggest rugby union leagues in the world.
Yep.
And we're playing top level rugby with top level talent, and you look at Worcester Warriors and the talent that they do have. Again, Duhan, Ollie Lawrence. They've got some young up and coming talent, Finn Smith.
Yeah.
And
our boy Murray McCallum's down there.
Hey.
Maybe not for longer, right? But
listen, it's just sad. I think we've seen it times before as well. In not just in rugby and other sports.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take it doesn't take your foot off the gas in this issue, and you have to realise that there's trouble somewhere. And I think it's not really careless owners here. It's just genuinely Worcester are just going through an awful time at the moment. Six Ways is a sizable stadium, a good facility that's just not selling.
That's massive.
It's, I think, 13,000.
I'll just double check with you because who needs a notepad?
Six Ways is a sizable stadium. It's a good facility. They're not selling it.
But it's where
they were.
I know this probably the Premier 15s final was at Six Ways.
There you go. And I think they were only selling out on average Worcester last year around 4.4k, which is stupid. It's completely and utterly stupid.
So, what was your capacity guess?
4.4. Oh, 13,000, sorry.
13,000. You know what? I'll give you it. It's 11.5.
11.5. Still, right? I mean, it's got the capacity for Premiership rugby, unlike Ealing, but that's a different problem.
You always find a way to mention that.
Because I'm still angry, Murray. I'm still angry. Anyway, they averaged around 4.4k last year, and that's almost just more than a third, I'd say.
Yeah, that's
which it's not on, is it?
It's not. And speaking for, I know it's a whole different ballgame, but like speaking as an Edinburgh fan that used to have their normal games at Murrayfield, it doesn't work.
No, exactly. And you need to realistically at this level, if you're not getting the fans, if you're not getting the money in from even just base match day stuff, you're going to suffer this. And I think rugby's got a bit of a problem in England, and I think there's obviously football remains king when it comes to money, when it comes to viewers, when it comes to everything, right?
Yep.
And listen, what they're doing there is incredible. Even with women's football, it's on the rise. It's incredible to see, but rugby is just simply not getting enough exposure, and especially out in places like Worcester, I thought would be all right, because around that sort of southwest area, you've got a lot of rugby going on.
God, yeah.
You've got Bath, Bristol, Gloucester. Some of the biggest clubs in the country are there, right? And Worcester are kind of just
there.
So I think it's awful, but I do think that there needs to be not only a shift in attention, in viewership, but I just think that people just need to be encouraged to go and support rugby, really.
What your local teams?
Exactly. What's wrong? Just literally, right? Rugby is an incredible sport.
Yes.
And support your locals, support whoever, right? Just rugby. There you go.
Away days to Worcester. We actually said it last season. It's kind of way good. We want to go to a random game where there's no affiliation. Worcester's perfect for that.
Exactly. And listen, 6 weeks is a half decent facility. Well, I say half decent, a very decent facility. Worcester are a club with a lot of history at the top flight of English rugby.
Yeah. They just won the Prem Cup.
Exactly. Controversially, but they did win it.
Yeah, I know. We did talk about that. I have got a little fun thing for you though on the whole Worcester situation, just to try and make light of a really shit situation. Pick 5 players from the squad that they have, and you can predict where they go.
Oh God!
You could do where you'd like to see them go, or where you think they'd be best suited.
Right. This is purely my thoughts.
Okay.
So first of all, Duhan.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be one of the biggest movers.
But he is away.
Huh?
I thought he was going to be away before this came out. Anyway, I thought he was. Always said he used Worcester as like a stepping stone.
I think Worcester, Duhan, I could see him maybe back at Edinburgh. If not, this sounds really bad, right? He'll be at Edinburgh, and if not, Glasgow.
No.
He'll. I reckon he'll just go to Scotland.
Hear me out. Obviously, Edinburgh would be my ideal location because bring the boy home. Back 3, Boff, Duhan, Darcy Graham, or Wes Houston. Either or. Somebody stop them. Okay, so I'll agree with you. I do obviously want Duhan back home. I can see him playing for Sale.
The Sale?
His brothers,
you know what?
They are.
You've said it now, and I can't get it out of my head.
It's just like his brothers there. They have a massive South African.
You've said it, and I can't get it out of my head now. Oh,
I'll throw a dark horse name out there before we move on to different players. Maybe Leicester Tigers. Because Nandolo's leaving, you need a big unit on the wing. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. That's less likely, in my opinion. They've got Anthony Watson now.
Will he not be a fullback?
Freddie Stewart.
Oh, shit, yeah. Never mind.
Right. Ollie Lawrence.
Quins.
I'd love it, but we're too good. We've got good centres.
You did not just say we're too good. You did not just come.
I know. I didn't say we're too good. There are position groups we need to sign.
Okay.
We need to sign a good front 5 player because the only real one that comes to my head, and I'm talking top tier, is Joe Marler.
Oh, from the front 5 from Quint. Yeah.
I love Will Collier with all of my heart.
Yeah.
But no. Right. But in which case, who would I have? There's 2 Scotland internationals heading off, which would be Rory Sutherland and, well, maybe a couple-time international Murray McCallum.
I think Murray should go back to Edinburgh. Genuinely.
You think?
He started there and became a regular. Got capped by Scotland. Taylor's oldest time injury became an issue.
Yeah.
And then by the time he got back, we had others. But WP now, as much as I love him and as good as he is like nearly 40. He's like 36 years old.
Mm.
You do need a younger tight head. And for the love of fuck, stop picking Xander Fagerson. Have somebody chomping at the bit for him.
I've had enough from you, like absolutely ripping the shite out of Xander Fagerson.
True though, isn't it? But no, I do think that Muzz should come home, and we could see him. I could see him more often. I text him all the time. Actually, there's a little positive. Congratulations to Murray McCallum and his lovely other half. They've had their first child. Ooh.
Hey.
Hey.
Ham Fiver, the Italy hooker.
He's just came in. He's literally just arrived.
He's off. He's gone. Who needs a hooker? Well, Quins, but
There you go.
actually no. I think Chiefs.
If you take away no, because we've got maybe not, because we've got Karen Dickey, we've got Jackie End.
Oh, Karen Dickey, of course. I was about to say a Chiefs like particularly strong in the front row, but then I've actually just remembered they are.
We're just like Scott Seal.
There you go. Who needs a hooker?
That's a good question. Newcastle would be a solid shirt. I don't know why. Just throwing it out there.
Newcastle have a banging hooker.
Backup though. You do need backup in case.
I know, but like I wouldn't think Fiver would be a backup. Like he could be a starter somewhere.
I was going to say London Irish, but they've got Karevi, so absolutely not.
Yeah. Is anywhere really in need?
Trying to think maybe URC as well. Glasgow wouldn't be the worst shout.
Who have Bath got? Tom Dunn.
Best lad in the game.
Right, Fiver's going nowhere then. In that case, we've decided that. In which case, I think I'm just going to ring off some names here who I think would be good shouts for other teams. So if any other teams are listening, Ted Hill would be insane for someone to sign.
Yes.
For me, Billy Searle, young,
yeah,
fair play, and also if he leaves the academy, Finn Smith.
Finn Smith's actually apparently going to Saints next season. Big move there. Yeah.
I think that's all I can really see moving. Like I wouldn't say a lot of them would leave unless stuff got really bad.
I really like Jamie Shelcock.
Fair.
I mean, if we're going for grabs, can Chiefs get Matt Kvesic back, please?
I thought you were going to say that. I can't lie.
I just remembered that he was one of us. He was like he won the Champions Cup with us in the Namway Worcester. Full.
Right.
No, game time. Obviously, game time benefit your career. We don't judge. It's not like football. We don't, But no, it is sad for Worcester, and hopefully it does get sorted. It does seem like they have something planned. It doesn't seem like they are proper work. Like there was a statement released earlier by the owners, and they're like proper and constant discussions.
I can't lie. I'm not going to say anything about Worcester Warriors here. The statement was just a bunch of words.
Oh, it was a proper.
It did not mean anything.
We're in constant discussion with everyone that needs to be in the discussion. yeah.
Like this will be LeBron's legacy or whatever like that. It's just like it's just words, right?
It is, yeah. But we're going to go into a new segment. We're going to give this a go for the first time.
Because we've got nothing else to do.
You have nothing else to do.
Be so quiet.
If you like it, we'll bring it back. We are going to do Guess the Player. Harv, I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to put a count.
I need to think proper about a player now.
You don't make it too hard for the first ever crack at it.
All right. Calm down, mate. Let's step it back a notch.
Okay. I just realised I was like dead air there, but it's fine.
Right. I have got one.
So I've got a minute to.
No, have you got the timer?
I'll get a timer.
I have got one. I've had to pull up their Wikipedia page just to make sure everything's all right.
Oh Christ! Right. So 3. Wait, am I asking you the question, Jen?
Yes, I have a player in mind.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Currently active.
Yes.
Premiership.
Yes.
Forward or back?
Back.
Regular starter? Like,
I wouldn't say so.
is it Henry Arundel?
No.
Oh, fuck, that would have been so good if it was. Did they play for London Irish?
No.
Chiefs?
No.
Gloucester?
No.
Quins?
No. How long you got left?
20 seconds. Saracens?
No.
Worcester?
No.
Newcastle?
No.
This is bad. I don't know. Bath?
No.
There's no other team there.
There is.
Time's up anyway.
Right, one final guess. One final guess.
One final guess. I didn't even get a player in. That was bad. Premiership, currently active. Back.
Not any of the teams that you mentioned.
None of any team in the Premiership, by the sounds of it.
There's one team you didn't mention, mate.
Newcastle. Bath, Saracens.
No, come on.
I'm thinking of the team I didn't mention.
I know. It's one final guess. Go on.
Is it Andre Pollard?
Gabriel Ibitoye. You didn't mention Bristol.
Oh, because I meant to. Oh, shit, yeah, he's just signed.
You didn't say Bristol.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right.
Right, let me get a timer off. Have you got a player? Right, so starting in 3, 2, 1. Currently active.
Yes.
Prem.
No.
URC.
No.
Top 14.
No.
Super Rugby.
Yes.
New Zealand team.
No.
Australian team.
Yes.
Brumbies.
Yes.
Back.
No.
Forward. I actually don't know any Brumbies. Are they front row?
No.
Second row.
No.
Back row.
Yeah.
Flanker.
Sometimes.
Mostly number 8.
Mostly number 8.
This just doesn't help, man. I don't know. Who plays 8 for? Who plays 8 for? I don't know. I'm trying to think of the Australian Don. I'm out of time, aren't I? That went awful.
Final guess. I thought you were actually going to crush it the way you hammered through those guesses there. So
yeah, but I just don't know any players.
You're going to kick yourself when I tell you, because I don't feel like you'll get it, but we'll go anyway. Final guess.
The thing is, the one in my head just doesn't make sense at all.
Go on,
I
then.
might as well go for it just because it's last. David Pocock.
It is not David Pocock, no. And he's not even currently active.
I know.
No, my player for you was Rob Valentini.
Oh, mate. Oh, that's mean.
You were actually on fire when you started crushing it, like Super Rugby, yeah, Aussie, yeah, Brumbies, yeah, forward. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. Because I had it, I was just like, right, if I just rattle through the teams, I should get it. And when I came to Brumbies, I was like, nah, he's done Nick White. I know he'd pick a podcast guest. And I was just I've got it.
I was going to do that.
I've got that in my head. I've got that unlocked. Like, no,
I'm going to share those. I'm going to put those out on our socials. And hopefully somebody interacts, because I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we're going to keep doing Guess the Player, and hopefully we'll have a bit more roundup next week.
Hopefully, and we'll prepare in advance.
I thought that would have been a fairly difficult but easy one at the same time.
I completely farted that one.
Fucking Ibitoye. Idiot.
Oh, come on. You know Ibitoye.
Not in 60 seconds, I don't. No. But yeah, no, this has been a strange episode of the Rugby Connection because silly us didn't know the international schedule. Simple as.
Yeah.
These things happen. But, I mean, if you really, really don't want to watch this episode, go check out our first interview of the new season because it was a big one. It is Harlequins legend, former England captain, Chris Robshaw.
Hey!
What a guy. Very down to earth, very genuine. Explained everything so well. Like I even asked him, like, why San Diego? And he gave me a perfect. I couldn't have ripped that answer if I wanted a perfect answer, and he gave me it.
He's that guy. He's just that guy.
Yes, it's just a class act. We spoke about parenting. We spoke about other Quins legends. We spoke about life in the States. Didn't speak about his England career because even though, like, it was a successful career for the most part, we did get some people in the comments trying to be smart about it and mention Bloodsport or Bloodgate. No, I'm not mentioning Bloodgate to Chris Robshaw. Why would I do that? Or another one, sorry, Harv, but why did he choose kick for the corner? Why? Because you want to win a game. That's why. Simple.
Exactly, and that's what people need to bloody understand.
Fuck. I would do it. I would have. There you go. Controversial, but I would have backed that.
There you go.
Why would you go for 3 points and settle for a draw when you could kick for the corner, get a maul, and get a try, win the game? Use your head. Sorry, but yeah, go and check out the Chris Robshaw review. Coming out this week, the girls are back for 2 props, 1 pod. They loved it. That's great. We might have to try and like pay Jemma because she's might be too big for us now.
She is on a roll. She is touring.
She is touring with, of all people to tour with, she is touring with the people behind the amazing No Women No Try.
What a series! I loved it.
It was so good, so good. And now we've got like every professional or tier 1 nation paying the women. So proper ball roll with that. I love it. And they're touring. They're going to, I don't know the exact places, but I know they're going to Cornwall. They're going to.
They're coming down my ends. They're literally like half an hour away from me.
Get a ticket. Get going. I'll go to the one in Edinburgh. It's the night before the All Blacks game as well. Might need to ask a friend for a ticket though. She knows who she is. But yeah, no. Jemma's doing great. Anja's growing her account by the day. She's
very well.
She's amazingly funny though. Anja's class. They're both class. They're all class. Everyone's class at Rugby Connection.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. But yeah, this has been Rugby Connection. This week we've got the girls coming back for 2 props, 1 pod. We've got the Scott Curry interview coming out. And you've got this. I don't know if you can call this an episode.
This thing. What we did.
This thing that we did. This little weather that recorded happened. There you go. But go onto our Instagram, give us a follow. Go onto our TikTok and give us a follow. Go onto Twitter and give the admin, who is known by Harv, abuse. No, don't give him abuse. Just don't give abuse. Just interact with us. We use as many opportunities as we can to be a part of the show. And even if you don't want to, just ask a random question. It'll be funny. And then you could do it unanimously. So you don't even need to put your name in. We wouldn't mention your name if you don't want. Simple. But yeah, get the questions into guests because my God, there's so many guests coming out. There's so many. I'm just confirming dates and times before we post it on the socials. So yeah, but Harv, thank you for this
Thing.
event.
This thing that happened.
I think that's what we're just going to call it. The thing that happened.
Rugby connection thing.
Connection thing, not even a podcast this week. But yeah, thank you, and we will see you next week with more proper rugby content on Panic.